Casual chat, casual chat. I have to casually chat about Pokemon a little bit. Can that be a casual chat topic?
Yes, that can be a casual
Okay.
chat topic.
Okay. This is a
Talk to me
casual
about
chat topic.
Pokemon, Jake.
I love Pokemon. I say Pokemon, you might say Pokemon. I love it. And I love it. And I love it. And I've loved it since I was 4 years old, maybe 5, somewhere in there. I have distinct, very fond memories of playing the first 2 generations of games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, remembering where I was on Christmas Day, getting Pokemon Gold and Silver, very distinctly remembering how excited I was to get a Cyndaquil and like walking out of that first town and like, there's very specific memories of Pokemon.
Was that your first one?
No. I had red and blue. I had red, blue, and yellow.
I wasn't sure if that was like you discussing like your first.
It's this,
but
that's
so
a good.
I
think those ones, I remember getting them on Christmas. I obviously was a little bit younger. What year did they come out? Did they come out in 2000?
I believe so in America.
I want to say they came out in America in 2000. I have to look it up.
They had to have.
I think in 99 96 in other countries. Come on, what's the American release date? I'm sorry, this is embarrassing, but
I was in the 4th grade, I think. So
okay, in other regions in 1999
or 3rd grade.
Wow, 1998? That just can't be right, man.
1998?
Okay,
in America?
Pokemon Yellow was 1999, so that makes more sense to me.
Yes.
So Pokemon Yellow is 1999, so I was 5 when I got those for Christmas, and I think I was just like a little too young. I loved them, and I just needed help sometimes. I
was like, I think I was 7 when I got my blue version, and I was a little confused at first. I got it, but at first I didn't.
Yeah, I needed help with just like certain things, but that's what was so perfect about them. And part of my discussion today, I just love these games so much, man. And I just got Pokemon Platinum, and I'm playing it, and I'm loving it. And then my best friend, my brother-in-law at home, he just got a DS to play his Pokemon Silver. I just bought a Pokemon Crystal. I just love these fucking games so much, man. And you and I have had a brief conversation about this week about how
October 15th, 2000 is the release date of Gold and Silver in America.
Yeah. So it makes sense that next, but for whatever reason, when you're young, that like year of development, this is all to say, like those first, let's say up through Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, God, man, just, they're so good. They're just incredible games. I love them. And I'm trying to understand if it's just nostalgia or they just really are that good. Because for me, I'm not very good with playing old stuff and still enjoying it. Yeah. And I know that's bad. Like a GoldenEye. Like people can play GoldenEye for N64 and still love it. I'm just not that guy. I'm not that guy.
I'll tell you this. Anybody who's telling you they're playing GoldenEye right now and still loving it is a fucking liar. If they're playing with like N64 controller, they're a liar. I
can't play old games and enjoy them. It's just not quite who I am.
Yeah.
But these games, man, they just crush. And I'm not saying anything that no one else thinks. But what I will say, just after, it's got to be after Diamond and Pearl, it's just a little bit of fall off. Now, I enjoyed X and Y.
I thought Black and White was good.
Black and White. Sorry, I'm skipping Black and White. I think Black and White's good. I think Black and White's good.
Those are like 5 generations of Pokemon games that I have no issues.
3DS is when it changed. That's what I was trying to get at. It's 3DS when it changes, right?
Yeah, I'd agree.
It's just, I always attribute it to, and I say this all the time to you, and I bitch to everybody that'll listen, that they're just not difficult anymore. And, the problem is, it's like, Jake, you're a 31-year-old lawyer. Is a kid's game really going to be difficult to you? I don't know. Man, like, I'm playing Platinum right now. Yeah. And at the very least, it's time consuming. Like, for it to not be hard, I have to train my Pokemon up. Like, I have to work, you know?
I agree. Yeah.
And so maybe that's where it got lost when they added XP shares, so that I've talked to you about this already this week because I can't stop thinking about like why are they just not what they once were to me? Because they just aren't to me. Is it the newer formats of moving away from like this, okay, you go town to town to town, gym battle, and trying to make an open world format. Is it that? I don't know.
I mean, they only changed that in Scarlet and
I
Violet,
know. I
so
know.
I don't
So
think it is that. Here's the thing. So as an adult man, I am happy about the EXP share to all my Pokemon thing. I really do appreciate it. I celebrate it. Most JRPGs have that function for your party. Like they will grow in levels. You don't have to use them all. Like that's fine. I don't mind that. I preferred the old way. I got used to the old way, but I would never be like, bring back one Pokemon at a time now. Now that I've
uh-huh.
tasted the nectar.
Uh-huh.
The problem is they didn't scale it. They didn't balance it. They made it easier for you to level up, but they didn't make the opponents any harder to deal with that or to like in the other games you wanted to level up to beat the trainers. So you had
Uh-huh.
to play, you had to switch around so you could fight the trainers, the gym leaders, the Elite 4 who actually fucking stood for something.
Yeah, and we're very difficult. Like actually really fucking difficult.
So like you make it easier for me to level up. I appreciate that. The grinding can get tedious, but now that that's easier, make those opponents just a little stronger since
Or make the
something
level requirements higher, right? Like
thought
make
process.
the Elite Four level 100 or level 90
Yes.
or
Which like if you beat them so many times there's always like the boost in level, they get a little more difficult. But the problem is the game shouldn't just feel hard at the Elite 4. The game should have felt difficult consistently throughout.
I mean, Whitney in Gen 2 was like inconceivably difficult when I was a kid. Like inconceivably.
She's
I could
legendary to
not.
people. Yeah.
So
That fucker uses
I,
rollout.
I just struggle that like the game just shouldn't. I don't know, man. Because there's like my problem is you might like there's no way my 9-year-old cousin would struggle with a modern Pokemon game. Like not a fucking
I
chance,
don't
you
think
know?
anybody could. They hold your hand
They're just
so
silly.
heavily.
It's but so for me that is like it is a deal breaker. But what talking about the XP share, something that I think about and I kind of noticed in X and Y when I was playing it is that like so I'm playing platinum right now and I have this dumbass Psyduck, but I love Gold Duck. Okay, I love Gold Duck. I don't know why I just do. Not he's not in like my top tiers, but I like him. I always have. I don't want to use this Psyduck. He sucks ass. Okay, he's got water gun and scratch.
I
He
suck.
sucks ass. Sucks
Yeah.
ass. Aye. But by being forced to battle with him, the Psyduck over and over and over again, even though I don't want to, you get some kind of attachment to it, you know?
That's fair.
And it's something that I really noticed in X and Y that I didn't have at all because I could, for the most part, just use like I'd use the two starters that you get in the game and
Sure.
EXP share all the way around and not even give a shit about who else I had in
Yeah.
terms of training with them.
Yeah.
Because while it is a pain in the ass to do that grinding and it sucks, whatever, it also does build where you do care,
Mhm.
and it makes it harder to get rid of them. Like, maybe I won't want to get rid of my gold duck when I can have a Gyarados, because it's like, well, I grinded this gold duck. I kind of want
That's
him.
fair. You built a
And it's
bond
just
with this
something that I
thing.
think you lose in the modern games that
I'd agree. That's why I try to still like move my Pokemon around. I know I don't have to, but I still will. Especially with Scarlet and Violet. That was the first game where I had 3 different parties that I consistently swap between. Most games I have like my main 6. I catch some things here and there. I make a couple changes, but I have a group that I stick with, and those are my guys. With Scarlet and Violet, for the very first time, I had 3 different groups, and moving around with those was really fun. But you don't have to. You don't have to. You could just have
yeah.
one Pokemon, shit stomp everything. I mean, hell, even in Scarlet and Violet, technically you don't even really have to get into a battle to gain experience and level up.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's like you can hit LB and whatever your top Pokemon is like comes out of its Pokeball, and as long as like its type is and its level is better than the wild Pokemon, it'll just kill it, and your team gets like some experience.
So
That doesn't
this
make
is
me any happier.
this is all to say we are very excited for Legends EA.
Very excited.
We
Cannot
are
wait.
very excited, but our excitement comes with some nerves and some what's the word I want? Mine comes with nerves that I'm being reserved in my excitement
That's fair.
because I'm hopeful
Hmm.
and
But you've
I'm
been hurt.
hopeful, but I don't like to have to be hopeful
Yeah.
because what I like is just to know that a company that has as much money as Nintendo, that has one of the largest IPs in the world, could put out a game
Yeah.
that Pokemon deserves.
I'm pretty certain the company, like the Game Freak, like the Pokemon franchise, has more money than Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, when the release comes out, come check it out here. Come check out our thoughts on it. We're gonna try to play it rather quickly. But do know that Chase will be overwhelmingly positive because he'll be excited, and I'll probably be hopefully in the middle. That's my guess. That's my guess.
Yeah.
I'm just worried, man. I've watched the videos and it looks
Combat looks cool.
cool.
Yeah.
The combat looks cool. They took away abilities, which is odd. I think they did that for the regular Legends Arceus as well. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's already jump onto the. Go ahead. Go ahead. I have some more things to talk about with it.
No, you're good.
Well, let me
I'm
complain
just
about it some
listening.
more.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
already
yeah.
upset that, and I already texted you about this. Two things.
Yeah.
I didn't text you about one of them. Sorry,
Ooh,
edit that out. Sorry.
secret. I'm in the dark.
About something I don't like that I've seen. Okay.
Mm.
Um, sorry, I am sick, and now the soup is wearing off, so my throat is getting hoarse again. So I will be making tea during
Nay.
this for a certain discussion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, one, announcing a DLC for this game a month before it comes out that I have to pay for is disturbing, despicable, vile. More words that I won't say because it'll hurt us in the YouTube algorithm. That it is unbelievable that they somehow can't put it all in the game at release. And we're going to be charged $30 or $40, I'm sure, for this DLC. I just it it puts an extremely bad taste in my mouth that I'm already concerned that they aren't concerned with putting out the best possible game or even like an 80% of the best possible game. They're concerned with getting out a Pokemon game and making money. That is a concern to me. It's a fair concern when they're already like, here's a DLC. You know, that's a concern of mine.
I there are times in my life where things happen. I see them and they usually come about when people that I think know what they're doing are in charge of these decisions. So when these things happen that make me go, "Oh, you think they would have been smarter than that?" I'm always just like, "What the fuck?" Because like they get you geared. I watched the entire Nintendo Direct live. I sat at my desk and watched the whole hour. It was much like Pokemon Presents or Pokemon Day, whatever they did. I call it a rusty hand job. This was a little better. I didn't hate as much as other people did, but it was still of a direct altogether. Rusty hand job, and I would say the Pokemon portion was a very, very rusty hand job. It was really weird. It was like the hand job made me almost come right at the start, and then all of a sudden it just didn't know what the fuck. It started like karate chopping my boner or something. It was like, what is happening here? Um, here's the thing. We live in this day and age where these DLCs for games come out all the time. We're aware as people that
That
like
it's going to happen.
that they're all like a game is making DLC before the game comes out. That is just happening all the time. I have never seen a company announce it though. Like put a trailer out for the
Like we're supposed to
DLC
be excited
before
that
the game comes
fucked.
out.
We're getting fucked and we're supposed to be excited.
And here's the thing. This is the only thing that I can get out of it cuz if it's just like supposed to be like their idea of like a teaser trailer for a movie, like this is coming. Because really the trailer was nothing. It was two Raichus and them saying like we are working on DLC. it could be a year before it actually comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an odd
Odd
choice,
choice.
a
Yeah.
waste of a trailer. I'm telling you, dude, I was sitting there excited twice. They did it twice where I thought, oh, this is which I still would have thought was a bad idea. But I thought, like, oh, they're going to
Mm.
announce Gen 11. Like, it's going to be new Pokemon games. But then it was the trailer for, I think it went Legend CA trailer. And then it went that Ditto fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it went ZA's DLC, and I was just
Yeah.
like, that's an odd choice to end on. I don't think the Pokemon people know how to handle things like that.
But that's insane though, dude. And this is like my complaint that I just can't, for the life of me, I can't fathom how this is possible that in the mid 90s they could handle this shit. And when they had no fucking money, it's just like the proof that like smaller is better. That like when they had no money, they were just fucking crushing it. And now you're just like, what are you guys doing? Next complaint. I actually have an additional complaint that I just remembered.
Chalk it
Next
on.
complaint.
Yep. Jake rants.
Hold on, my brain is fried. Okay, I have to jump to my third complaint. Oh, nope, I'll jump to my second complaint because it's gameplay later. Okay. I saw. Now for me, as somebody who, as I grew up to middle school, high school, college, all online video gaming, that's who I was. That's what I like to do. I wanted player versus player. That's what I wanted. Okay. That's who I was. Pokemon to me was like, as a child, like the passion of single player video gaming. That was like, do it by yourself. Everything is there in the game. I can accomplish whatever I want on this game. I can get, you know what I mean? I can do whatever. No.
It's funny because I don't think that was Game Freak's idea. They were like,
Well,
we
yeah,
want
'cause
you
they
to
did the
buy both
link
versions and have
cables.
friends and trade with your friends.
Of course. But for me, that was my idea.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
of course,
You
maybe I'm wrong.
survive.
Now, this is important. But so that's fair though too, to say, okay, you got to trade whatever.
It's the whole
Okay.
premise
So then
Pokemon is
eventually,
built on.
huh? Yeah.
But
So it's all fair. I'm not saying I'm right. To be
no,
clear, I'm not
I'm
saying I'm
just
right.
saying.
That's just
Yeah.
how my life was.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the games developed. This is what I'm trying to say though, is that while you're right that it is like friends and trading amongst one another, whatever. Okay, I think, later in the games, the PvP stuff becomes more prominent. And of course, you could play versus your friends, right? Like you could battle each other in the old games or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I don't fucking like. Now, this is personal and not everyone's going to agree with this. So they announced Mega Greninja, Chestnut, and Belfox. Okay, that's fucking sweet. Glad we brought Megas back. That's them listening. Bravo. They get a clap because that's what people wanted. I don't want a Ruby on my fucking Charizard head. I could scream about that, but we're not going to. I've got limited throat tonight. Okay, you don't want to hear that from your old lady. So I just apparently, have you seen how you obtain these Mega Stones for those three?
I've seen people talking about how you.
Okay, I haven't seen anyone talking about it, but if they're talking about it, it's correct because the way you do it is it's rewards for online play. Like online player versus player play is how that is my understanding, that it is online player versus play rewards to receive Mega Stones. I could not, and that's like the only way to get them. I could not disagree with that more. I hate that so much. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Now, if you want to do some kind of rewards through like online PvP play, I'm cool with that. To me, Pokemon is like, you should be able to access all of the Pokemon. Catch them all. That's the idea, right? Now, again, we go back in the old games. I had to find somebody to trade my Onix with because I love Steelix. Don't get me wrong. But I just hope it isn't the case that if you aren't good at like online battling, that they're going to restrict people from being able to get like a Mega Greninja. That would suck ass. That would suck ass.
I imagine that it would be more like you just have to do it, and they'll. You know what I mean?
Don't fucking force people to do it,
Yeah.
man. Give them the damn Pokemon. That's the idea of the game.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
It's a very extreme form of like being only able to get certain items in Pokemon in certain versions, so you'd have to trade with friends to obtain things, but it's like on a much more like massive scale of like No, the only way you'll get this item is if you do this
But the item
specific
isn't
thing that you
just,
might not
it's
want to
not
do.
just like a quick claw, you know? It's a
Right, a
mega
mega stone.
stone. Right,
Yeah.
it's a mega stone. That is, that is like essentially the mega stone is a fourth evolution of a Pokemon that you're being locked out of unless you play a
Yeah,
PvP way. And
your
here's the problem
Pokemon
with that.
literally digivolves.
But and then here's what's an extra problem with that
Yeah.
is I think the reason they've done it is because someone like me would have no intention of getting like Nintendo's like version of Xbox Live, whatever it's called, that you have to pay for.
Nintendo Online.
Zero chance I would ever pay for that shit. Zero. Guess what? Now I gotta. Now I fucking have to. You know what I mean? That's why they're doing it. And I'm fucking furious about it. I think it's just, again,
It is a
disgusting,
great deal, though.
despicable, and vile. What's the deal?
It might be the best deal in gaming. I mean, just for Nintendo's Online, I think for a year, just for their basic plan, I think it's only $20 a year. And then I have the premium that's 50.
You see this?
Yeah.
That's how much I want to fucking pay to play my Pokemon game. Right there, dude. I'm playing a Pokemon game
We have to pay
right
at least
now.
$70 for it.
I'm playing a Pokemon game right now that I bought in 2000. Okay, I can do all this shit I want on it, and no extra money has been paid. And then people will say, "Oh, Jake, that's the modern gaming." Blah, 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 blah. Fuck you, dude. This is not right. Don't doing that to Pokemon. Leave it in Call of Duty. That's all.
With
My final.
with dumber things. And I will say
Now,
this as well. Here's the best thing about this whole situation is those threes megas. I'm not impressed. I don't care.
oh, buddy, we don't listen.
Mega Greninja looks exactly the same.
I don't want to talk Pokemon design because
sure, yeah, we could go all night.
you and I harshly disagree on a lot of it.
That's fair.
I hate most modern Pokemon. I just can't tell though if it's because of my age. I don't know.
I think it is.
I hate that. I just gotta get that. I hate that fucking duck and I hate that fucking crocodile. But
I love
my last complaint about this, and then we'll move on. My last complaint about this Pokemon game. Okay. Now me, I don't know Switch 2. Okay. So here I'm thinking about buying one, I got cash. I think about buying one,
You're not gonna pay $20 to get the Mega Stones,
to play it.
but you'll buy a
because
Switch
it's
2.
principles. It's principles to money. It's principles. So
okay. I agree with you. I just
well, no,
I got to be devil's advocate in some fun
Well,
way.
that devil's advocate is I got principles.
But
one gives me a new console. One is saying, hey, this game is $70, but actually you have to pay $40 for the expansion and then $20 to play online to get all the stuff. So we're actually going to try, and then there'll be another expansion. So the game's going to be at $200. Now, this is important. So I go look and I'm like, okay, Switch 2. Okay, there's probably going to be a Legend ZA version of Switch 2. That'll be cool, right? Did you see what this fucking console looks like for ZA?
I don't
the
even
special edition.
Did they make a Switch 2 special edition?
There's an edition that comes with the game. That to me, why not make a special edition of it? They didn't do anything. It's the same old Joy-Cons. It's the same dock. Nothing different. Give me that special edition with it. You just released the console. This is your first Pokemon game.
No, I'm not surprised. It's because they just really if they would release a special edition console literal months, you think you're mad about this DLC. People who bought Switch 2s upon release would kill people.
I'm surprised they did.
They would have never. The fact that it's a Switch 1 and Switch 2 game is like why Nintendo was like, we're not building a whole. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Switch 1 special edition of it, but there was never going to be a Switch 2 edition.
Give it to me. I want it. Give it to me. I want it. Now what you're saying is logical, but what you're missing is the emotional factor that I am.
Yeah.
That's what you're missing.
I was going to say, one of the funny things about you is like your initial feeling on something, you feel it very strongly, and that's what it is forever. Not forever, but like you'll stay pretty hard on things.
Until I talk to somebody. That's what it is until I talk to somebody. I sit and I stew and I boil, and then I'll talk to you and you're like, yeah, man, they just released the console. Maybe they don't want people to be fucking pissed. And I'll be like, I guess that makes sense. I'm still pissed about it, but I'm not gonna buy a Switch 2 now because I couldn't get a special edition one. But they'll get me some other way.
I think it'll run fine on the normal Switch.
I'm almost guaranteeing that it won't. run fine on the regular Switch. So
Yeah.
that'll be a complaint for our episode in a month and a half.
Yeah. Well, I'll see how it runs on Switch too. I mean, for all I know, it doesn't. But I there were some announcements made at that Nintendo Direct that made me go, "Oh wow, the Switch 2 is pretty fucking powerful." So maybe the Switch 1 version of that game will suck. Hard to
It probably
say.
will. Probably will.